What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and I am here to do one of my quick hit scouting report videos. It is for the Tennessee Titans after they just played the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday Night Football. Before I get into that, though, I just want to let you guys know, obviously, we have a quick turnaround. We just played the Texans today. Obviously got the win. Love to see it. We'll talk about that a lot more in tomorrow's post-game analysis video. But just to give you a heads up, obviously, because the Baltimore Ravens game is on Thursday, so tomorrow I'll be doing my post-game analysis video. Tuesday I'll be doing my scouting report video for the Ravens. Wednesday I'll be doing the preview video for the Ravens, and then Thursday I will be doing the live stream reaction for the Ravens game. And then this upcoming Sunday, I have to see what it is. I haven't looked yet, but if I decide I want to watch, well, I guess it doesn't matter. If I decide I want to watch any of the games on Sunday, the afternoon or maybe evening games, then I may do a live stream on Sunday, but we'll see how that plays out. Otherwise, I will be doing, my quick hit scouting report videos throughout the week as I need them, as I need to. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this one. Just wanted to make sure to let you guys know about that. And what I plan to do. Oh, real quick, before we get to that, let's go ahead and start here. So the Tennessee Titans did get a win tonight, 28-16 over the Rams. Both teams are now 7-2 on the season. The Titans only ended up having 100, and obviously, if you saw the way that this game went, obviously the Titans, they got a touchdown on defense. One of the touchdowns they got, was super short yardage. Anyway, they didn't have to do a lot on offense because this was a super defensive heavy day. And I just want to say that Tennessee defense scares the shit out of me when it comes to facing our offense. And so I'm worried about it. And even if they don't end up having Derrick Henry, I don't see this as a very winnable game for the Dolphins. But let's go ahead and get into this. Tennessee had 194 total yards. Only 194 in the entire game. Pretty crazy, right? They led up 347. They had 125 through the air, led up 253. They had 69 on the ground, letting up 94. They were only 3.5 yards per play, letting up 4.7. No fumbles for either team. Tennessee did throw one, so Tannehill did throw an interception. And by the way, just real quick, I want to throw in there that aside from that drive, he was pretty solid. And he did his part. The other drives that stalled for the Tennessee offense was mostly because of drop passes and a couple penalties and stuff like that. Otherwise, Tannehill was pretty solid and did what he needed to do. And their run game didn't really suffer that much. And I think they'll be fine ultimately. Anyway, they did get 2 interceptions, though, off of LA. Tennessee allowed 3 sacks but got 5 of their own. Tennessee was 33% on third down, only allowing 26%. The Titans had the ball for 27 minutes, 39 seconds. LA had it for 32-21. Tennessee only had 4 penalties. LA had 12. And obviously that had a pretty big part to play in it too, and why LA struggled so much in this game. All right, let's take a quick look at the Rams for a little bit more of a defensive perspective for the Titans, because that's who we're focusing on. They allowed Matthew Stafford to go 31 of 48, 294, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Darrell Henderson, 11 rushes, 55 yards, 5 average. Sony Michel, 7 rushes, 20 yards, 2.9 average. Matthew Stafford added 2 rushes, 13 yards, and a 6.5. Robert Woods led the way receiving, 7 of 10 for 98. Cooper Kupp, 11 of 13, 95. Tyler Higbee, 5 of 10, 51. And Van Jefferson, 3 of 7 for 41. But yeah, man, it's, look, and the Titans, first of all, this week was a really wacky week when it came to the games. There were a lot of this week was the epitome of any given Sunday, because it was a bunch of underdogs, and it was a week of underdogs and wild wins, wild games, wild outcomes. It was pretty nuts. Anyway, real quick, let's go through this. Ryan Tannehill was 19 of 27, 143 with 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Deontay Foreman, 5 rushes for 29 yards and a 5.8. Jeremy McNichols, 7 rushes, 24 yards and a 3.4. Adrian Peterson, 10 rushes, 21 yards, 1 touchdown and a 2.1. And Ryan Tannehill, 2 rushes, 3 yards, a score and a 1.5. In the receiving game, A.J. Brown led the way, 5 of 11, 42. Julio Jones, 4 of 4, 35. Joff Swaim, 4 of 4 for 29 and a score. Nick Westbrook-Akine, 1 for 14. Jeremy McNichols, 3 of 3 for 11. Yeah, it was a wild thing. And look, you know, I had said going into this Texans game that if the Dolphins lose to the Texans, I can't see them winning. I can't in good faith predict a win for them the remainder of the season. Thankfully they did win, and I will have a little bit more confidence anyway, maybe predicting a win against, let's say, the Jets in a couple weeks, or maybe even Carolina or the Giants. But other than that, I feel like Baltimore, New Orleans, Tennessee, and New England are actually going to get those wins. I think that's another 4 losses at this point in the season. I'm pretty sure that's another 4 losses for the Dolphins, which would obviously put us, at 11 losses. And that means if that's accurate, then we would probably end up going 6-11 on the season. And interestingly enough, as much as it sucks that I ended up being right about this, it would seem as if my initial 6-11 prediction on the season is likely to be where the Dolphins end up, possibly even worse. I mean, there is some chance that the Dolphins could end up losing more games than that and not even end up winning 6. But as of right now, and especially since they did get the win, as rough as it was, I think that they can probably still maybe squeak out 6 wins, but I think that's really their ceiling. And the last thing I want to say about that before I get into these standings, again, as much as I hate to be right about this, I have been pretty much dead on with my original prediction for the season. My 6-11 prediction, prior to training camp and all of that stuff, before I gave them the benefit of the doubt of, a decent showing in training camp in the preseason, I had them going at 6-11. And to this point, through 9 games, through the first 9 weeks, I had us going 2-7. I was correct about the win in Houston. I was wrong about New England. I thought we were going to lose in week 1. That was obviously a win. I thought we were going to win against Indianapolis in week 4. That was obviously a loss. So you just flip those 2 games. And so far I've been pretty damn accurate in my overall prediction of 2-7. And it's looking like I might be pretty close overall at the end of the season. So, it sucks. But, I was able to see it coming. And so, honestly, just real quick again, I know it's a little bit of a side note and this video is going a little longer, but I just want to say this. Look, from my personal perspective, I don't care to first of all, I don't take any pride in being right in this. It really sucks for my Dolphins and for me as a fan of the Dolphins to have to go through this. But yeah, if I'm keeping it real and if I'm being completely honest, it would be nice to not be fucking hated on and shit on so much for my evaluations of this team. And, a little bit of respect and credibility would be nice. I mean, probably won't get it, but it is what it is. Aside from that, though, I just want people to have a realistic evaluation of this team and not just go into it with Homer hats on and fucking, aqua and orange glasses and just, fool and convince ourselves that things are way better than they actually are. But anyway, enough with the little soapbox here. Let's go ahead and finish this out. The Tennessee Titans, they are currently, and this is all of the games updated through tonight. So all of the Sunday night games through week 9 of the Sunday night games of week 9. And let's see. So the Titans are currently 15th in total yards with 3,211 on the season and 356.8 per game. They're currently 18th in total passing with 2,156 on the season, 23rd in per game average with 239.6. In rushing, they're third in the league with 1,250 total and fourth in per game average with 138.9. They are currently fourth in the league in total points with 255 and sixth in per game average with 28.3. Yards per game defensively, they're giving up 365.8, which is good for 19th. Passing, it's 284.7, which is 24th. Rushing, it's 100 even, which is 8th. Points per game, it's 23.4, which is 14th or 12th with ties. Takeaways, they have 13, which is 11th or 6th with ties. Interceptions, they have 9, which is 9th or 5th with ties. Fumbles, they have 4, which is 13th or 6th after ties. Sacks, they have 23 on the season, which is currently 7th or 4th with ties. Passes defense, they have 45, which is 4th or 3rd with ties included. And third downs, they're giving up 38.8%, which is currently 12th. And then, of course, as always, here is an update of the Dolphins' current offensive and defensive league standings. Actually, even though we played a shit game, despite the fact we played a shitty opponent, we actually saw mostly positives in the league standings for the Dolphins, and they headed in the right direction. We'll see how long that lasts. We're probably going to get the break speed off us against Baltimore, so we shall see. But most everything was heading in the right direction, and that is nice. Obviously, we would like to see that continue and maybe have a little bit more success down the stretch. Hopefully, they can get to at least the 6 wins that I had predicted, and more if possible. I would love to see them stun, a tough team, much like the Bills got stunned by the Jags today. But we will talk about that more later. Once I actually get to the, the Bills, I will not be doing any more scouting report videos for them since we don't play them anymore. So I'll just mention real quick, they lost 6-9 to the Jags today. And it was pretty crazy, but like I said, it was just a crazy day in football altogether. I still feel like the Bills are going to be fine. They're going to win the division, make the playoffs. So in the grand scheme of things, I'm pretty sure Bills fans are really shitty about the loss, and they should be, but I think they'll be fine in the long run. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up. Real quick before I get out of here, make sure you check out the Rave On Sports App, the new fan-driven sports app for all of your sports, whether it be Major League Baseball, NFL, soccer, college, whatever. Check that out for they aim to enhance your game day experience with live play-by-play coverage. I need to work on this. I'm trying. Live chats with other fans and content creators like myself. Make sure you check in the description box for the links to that. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys appreciate my perspective. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comments section. And of course, as always, follow me on Twitter at DillonTartaro. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Phins up.